Hi, fourth graders. It's Mrs. Somick here, and we are wrapping up this week on scientific texts. And we have talked about how fossils are formed. We've talked about the powerful rock that we know is coal and its purposes. And also, yesterday, we investigated a little more about gold and what gold, why it was valuable to people of the past, but also people of today, of present time. So, we're moving on to another topic today on minerals, and we're going to be learning all about minerals. Now, as we all know, good readers, we want to go ahead and preview the text that we are going to be independently reading today. Now, friends, this is going to be taken as a grade, so we want to make sure we do our very best job reading this. Now, when I say minerals, what do you already know about minerals? When have you heard the word minerals maybe used before? I'm thinking about minerals, I think about food, right? And I can even kind of hint here, my young man here in the corner, as he's biting into a big juicy apple. Okay. So I know that there's vitamins and minerals in the foods that we eat that our body needs. Okay. Words we need to pay attention closely to. We have this word immune. The next word is supplements. And the last word here is function. Now, if you don't really know what those words mean, that's okay, because as we read, we're going to stop and see if we can figure out what we think the word means based on this sentence, based on the words around it. Okay? All right. I will talk about the questions after I do read this passage aloud to you. You will then need to go back independently to use it to help you answer the questions. We will discuss the questions, but obviously you're going to have to answer them on your own. All right, you guys ready? Let's get started. Make sure you're following along. Did you ever notice how TV commercials for breakfast cereal always mention vitamins and minerals? But when you think of minerals, food isn't the first thing that comes to mind. Aren't minerals something you find in the earth, like iron and quartz? Well, yes, but small amounts of some minerals are also in foods. For instance, red meat, such as beef, is a good source of iron. Just like vitamins, minerals help your body grow, develop, stay healthy. The body uses minerals to perform many different functions, from building strong bones to transmitting nerve impulses. Some minerals are even used to make hormones or maintain a normal heartbeat. All right. Well, here comes our very first heading, friends. Heading's going to tell you the main idea of the whole section, so pay close attention to your headings. They'll help you look back at the passage. Macro and trace. The two kinds of minerals are macrominerals and trace minerals. Macro means large in Greek, and your body needs larger amounts of macrominerals than trace minerals. The macromineral group is made up of calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chloride, and sulfur. A trace of something means that there's only a little of it. So even though your body needs trace minerals, it needs just a tiny bit of each one. Scientists aren't even sure how much of those minerals you need each day. Trace minerals include iron, manganese, copper, iodine, zinc, cobalt, fluoride, and selenium. Let's take a closer look at some of the minerals that you get from food. So let's look. Here's our first mineral, calcium. Let's read about it. Calcium is the top macro mineral that when it comes to your bones. This mineral helps build strong bones so you can do everything from standing up straight to scoring that winning goal. It also helps build strong, healthy teeth for chomping on tasty food. All right, look here at this diagram. I have calcium labeled with the foods in that group, iron, zinc, and potassium. Make sure you pay close attention to that. You might need that to help you with some of the questions. Oh, next heading, we're going to learn all about iron. The body needs iron to transport oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body. Your entire body needs oxygen to stay healthy and alive. Iron helps because it's important in the formation of hemoglobin. Say hemoglobin, which is part of your red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the bone. So now I know why we need iron. Let's find out about potassium. Potassium, say potassium, keeps your muscles and nervous system working properly. Did you know your blood and body tissues, such as the muscles, contain water? They do. And potassium helps make sure the amount of water is just right. All right, friends, we've learned about the importance of potassium. All right, let's continue on. Our final one here on zinc. Zinc helps your immune system, which is your body's system for fighting off illnesses and infections. It also helps with cell growth and helps heal wounds such as cuts. When people don't get enough of these important minerals, they can have health problems. For instance, too little calcium, especially when you're a kid, can lead to weaker bones. Some kids may take mineral supplements, but most kids don't need them if they eat a nutritious diet. So eat foods with those minerals and stay healthy. All right, I know you heard some of those vocabulary words. Let's kind of go back and see if we can figure them out together. So it says immune right here. Zinc helps your immune system, which is your body's system for fighting off illnesses and infections. It gives you the definition right here. So your immune system has to do with that system that keeps you healthy. It fights off those infections. Remember that next word? Supplements. Let's look at the sentence here. Some kids may take mineral supplements, but most kids don't need them if they eat a nutritious diet. So if I'm taking a supplement, that means something I'm taking extra, right? Just to make sure I'm getting everything I need. I don't have to take it if I'm making sure that I eat a nutritious diet here. And the last one here, as we talked about, is function. Function. So if we go back here, let's see if we can find function in our passage here. All right, did you find it? I see right here, functions. The body uses minerals to perform many different functions, from building strong bones to transmitting nerve impulses. Well, what else could I put in instead of the word functions? The body uses minerals to perform many different jobs, maybe? Okay, they have different jobs they have to do, from building strong bones to transmitting nerve impulses. That would work. So a function is kind of like your role. It's your job. And our body we have lots of different purposes for the minerals, okay? Because each mineral has a different job on how it helps our body. All right. So we've gone through, again, I cannot emphasize enough, use those headings to help you look back at your text. They tell you your main idea of that section. Now, let's look at these questions together. So I know questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? They are taking out different minerals: iron, potassium, calcium, and zinc. You have to go back to the text and figure out why your body needs those 4 different minerals. Make sure you go back, friends. It's right in the passage. Use your text evidence. All right, let's scroll down to question 5. I've pulled out here a sentence, and it says the body needs iron to transport oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body. What does the root trans mean in the word transport? So what do you think we could say here if I'm looking at that first part, transport? If it's transporting oxygen, what does that mean to you? Use those context clues and try to plug in which one you think would make the most sense if it's transporting the oxygen. All right. Now, number 6 is going to ask you what conclusion about macro minerals and trace minerals is supported by the passage. Friends, you need to go back to those headings on the macro and trace, okay? What was the big conclusion that we made about macro minerals and trace minerals? What was the big idea there? Now, based on that main idea, you have to have 3 supporting details, 3 sentences that supports that main idea. How many? 3. You have 3 boxes from here you have to check off. Only 3. That's why it's counting 3 points. Take your time. Make sure these details support your main idea. And the last one is an open response. That means you have to type in your answer. So you got to figure out, what are the 2 main types of minerals? What are they? Okay, so maybe your sentence starter could say the 2 main types of minerals are, and after you explain each kind, I need you to also explain how, okay, our bodies get them. We have to use details from the article, but do not forget that food chart. Where is that food chart? Why don't we scroll up and in there today? Here we go. You can use this food chart too as well to help you provide some more details in your answer. Okay? All right, I hope you enjoyed that article today. Please go back and read it independently. Take your time answering those questions. Go back to the passage and make sure you prove your answer. All right, I hope you've had a great day. Bye-bye.